what I've observed is that there are 4 areas of challenge that prevent people from bringing their whole selves to work, or bringing those attributes to work, that would actually support making the diversity business case. Because if we all come to work and we all behave like men, it's not going to make any contribution towards diversity, other than we may look slightly different. Right? So what we've found is there are physical challenges. We touched a lot on disability at the conference, which Vicky will talk about. And then there are geographic. So there are some companies in which people have to spend 3 years abroad running a region before they can come back and be promoted. And that's not always practical when you've got a young family. And then there are geographic concerns about, making sure the kids get to school, making sure the journey is viable. How do people relate to me when I'm working from home? Do they think I'm actually working? All of those physical kind of constraints. There are structural constraints. We all have to deal with childcare and more with elderly parents. How do we manage that? Different functions. So do I know enough about marketing in order to really speak up, And then the one that's most interesting is about being the main breadwinner. So a lot of women who've progressed tend to be the main breadwinner. And so there's a lot of pressure on them to make sure they keep their jobs. And there are some clients I've been working with recently where they've been doing a job at a certain level of seniority, but they hadn't been promoted yet, and they haven't been given that pay rise yet. And then suddenly a man's parachuted in to do that at the correct grade and at the correct pay. And then if you're the main breadwinner, what do you do? Do you fight it because that's the right thing to do? Or do you support them in being successful, build a relationship, and then grow from there? So this is a big area that I'm coming across now with powerful women in organizations. How do they deal with that? Do I have the right knowledge? We all know that women have to have all 10 aspects of the job description filled before we will even apply for a job. So qualifications, expertise and experience, and then the emotional factors, the confidence, the self-worth, how to deal with bullying.